Hello everybody, my name is Starrapter and welcome to another Star Wars Resistance review. This week I will be talking about Season 1, Episode 18, titled The Descent. So if you do like this video, make sure you go ahead and support the channel by simply subscribing. So this episode is one of the last episodes of Season 1 and things are really heating up. We had this great cliffhanger from last episode. We pick up right at that point where our friends in the Resistance aboard the Colossus have been found out finally by the First Order. So we do have Yeager's droid Bucket springing them out of this precarious situation. Unfortunately, Tamravora does not make it out with the rest of the crew, so she is captured and is interrogated. And in the meantime, we have our friends that are going down below to the depths of the Colossus. They have a brilliant plan put together by Kaz. It is a little bit of a crazy plan to submerge the Colossus in order for them to kind of bypass all the security by swimming up to the point where they have this communications relay tower, which has been blanketed. The comms have been jammed, so they have to turn this thing off, turn it on, get a code, get a signal out to the Resistance in hope of help, because things are not looking good with the First Order completely have taken control of the Colossus at this point. Unfortunately, Yeager kind of sacrifices himself, not that he dies, but he basically holds off time for Kaz to get away with CB-23 with the information from the Resistance, so he's unfortunately captured as well. But there is a little bit of hope at the end of this episode. We have Kaz, who gets the signal from General Leia. She unfortunately does have to say that there's no way they can send them help at this time because they have problems of their own, and they don't really have any people to spare to kind of have a full-on battle, I guess, at this point. But Kaz does put out an inspiring speech at the end of the episode saying, "We are the Resistance and we will take back Castellon." So that's something I really enjoyed, is seeing that overall arc of Kaz as this really blundering kind of wannabe spy. But at the end of this season, he has really grown. There's been a lot of things he had to deal with, and it has made him a better person, a better leader. So this entire episode really had me feeling a mix of emotions. There were just some of the funniest moments from Neeku, but then there were some moments of absolute harshness as far as like the characters, and I felt things, because at one point you have Bucky getting shot by, I think, Commander Pyre, and then you have Yeager lashing out like, "No, Bucket!" Like, you actually feel emotion for this guy and his poor droid. Later on, we do find out he gets resurrected by this little turtle, the Sheldon folk, which is pretty cool underneath there. But we also have a moment where we see Tam getting captured, and Kaz just constantly wanting to go back and save his friends. He's so genuine. I love it. And by the end of this episode, when Yeager and Kaz are on this mission, I was feeling so intense, because you know that something's probably about to happen, and it does, in fact, happen when Yeager unfortunately gets captured. So I was hoping he wasn't going to die, but this is the next worst thing, is him getting captured by the First Order. So, like I said, lots of different kind of feelings felt throughout this episode. This really gave me, ironically, like an Empire Strikes Back kind of feeling from this episode, for sure. The way it's kind of down the whole episode, and things are not doing so good for the Resistance. And you got to give it to the Resistance, right? I mean, I didn't think it would get to be this kind of dark for a kid's show. I mean, yeah, it's still a kid's show, but they are trying things to really push the envelope for what they can do, I think, at this point. Playing with things like Tamravora, which I can't wait to talk about, because, wow, I did not expect to get that kind of complexity in a character from a show on the Disney Channel, for sure. I mean, we have this character that's been brought in, a First Order Security Bureau agent named Tyranny, which is kind of a cool name, Tyranny. When it, goes with the First Order, I feel like they go hand in hand. But anyway, she's interrogating Tamravora, and Tamravora is giving up information, or she's giving her information about Kaz that she didn't even know herself. Like, Kaz has actually been fooling Tam, and now that's going to have her maybe turn against the Resistance. Like, I feel like this is a turning point for the character of Tamravora to have the information revealed to her in a certain way. This is making her character super interesting, because I really can't predict what she's going to do with this information now. I mean, maybe she becomes a First Order sympathizer at this point. Well, she kind of already has been, but now she knows that the First Order has taken her and a hostage and all this, so I cannot wait to see more of her story. But I do want to touch a little bit more on the First Order Security Bureau. So we had the Imperial Security Bureau led by Agent Callus in Star Wars Rebels. These are the people that go around, they're like the CIA of the Empire. Now we have like the CIA of the First Order. If you guys have read the Poe Dameron comics, there's a character named Agent Terex, and well, you can read the comics to find out what his fate is. But I think it is cool that the canon is expanding in Resistance to really show what these people are capable of. And the character of Tyranny is very interesting, because you would think of a character like this would come in and crack souls and demand information through her means of interrogation. But her means of interrogation are almost motherly-like. Like, she's very calm and collected and dealing with Tam and offering her refreshment. Just super, super nice and caring, and trying to give Tam a different look at the First Order, which maybe help her into deciding what forces she wants to join. So I thought that was pretty cool. Going back to Yeager, I want to mention that he had a pretty awesome couple moments where he wasn't even firing stun bolts from his blaster. He was actually shooting to kill. Like, it didn't waste any second for him to think about what he was going to do, and he's already killing troopers. So got to give him to that. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, overall, this episode was just jam-packed with action from the first minute to the end. It had me on the edge of my seat, and that's really all I can ask from Star Wars Resistance. Again, every episode seems to kind of top itself and get better and better as the season rolls on forward. And now we have just 2 more episodes, and they are basically the finale. We have episode next week, and then the second half of that comes the week after. So there's a lot of things to wrap up. What is the base that General Organa mentions? Is it the car? Is it crate? Probably crate, because she's probably on the car at this point still. But anyway, I want to hear what you guys thought of this episode of Star Wars Resistance. Let me know in that comment section below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I have plenty of other Star Wars content that I release on a weekly basis. So again, if you want to support the channel, it's very easy. All you have to do is subscribe. So that's going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.